Okay, I found this lovely PDF document on the internet, and I scrolled through it, and I thought this does all the work for me. So I want to thank whoever made this PDF at warrencountyschools.org for helping our class out because it's so well organized, and why reinvent the wheel. I wanted to teach you about text structures. We've talked about text features, so now it's time to it's time to delve deeper in. And so you can see that our learning target today is I can analyze the structure an author uses to organize a text, including how the major sections contribute to the whole and to the development of the ideas. And what more relevant lesson for those of you that are in my reading class, because you're all also in my English class, than to teach you how to understand text structures by thinking like a writer and like an author, asking yourself, how do authors organize informational text? So just one more time, if you recall, we've actually had this particular question that you see right here, because in our English class we are learning about writing an essay, which is a it's a non-fictional type of writing, an informational kind of writing. And so I asked you a couple of days back, how is writing like building a house? Now, if you recall what the answers were for your class, we said things like the introduction. Some people would say the introduction and the conclusion were like the foundation. Other people said that the outline was like the blueprint. Some people said that the blues were like the decorations. And those are all good answers as long as you could justify them. They were good answers. But for today, I really want to focus on a few elements. I want to make a couple of analogies between building a house and the way that a text is built or structured. So I'm just going to read these bullet points, give you some commentary here and there. It's very important that you read along with me. Blueprints. All right, builders don't show up one day and start constructing rooms wherever they want. There has to be a plan, sound familiar? To allow for plumbing, to allow for closets and storage, etc. To put rooms in an appropriate order, to have appropriate hallways between sections of the house. In the world of construction, blueprints are the plans used to organize rooms in a house. So, obviously the blueprint is necessary. Then you have the decor or decorations. Once the house is built according to the blueprints, then rooms can be decorated with furniture, paint, lighting, pictures, pillows, posters, etc. to make the rooms comfortable for those who live and visit there. And so we're going to compare those two aspects, the blueprints and the decorations, to text structure and to text features. So, similarly, a writer must decide what the writing will look like before he or she writes it. What main ideas should be covered in each paragraph? In what order should the paragraphs go? And what order should the paragraph's ideas be presented? What transitions will I use between ideas and between paragraphs? In the world of writing, writers use text structures. These are blueprints used to organize ideas into paragraphs and to organize paragraphs into a whole writing piece. Once the piece is written, the writer can go back and add text features. These are the decorative items that make the piece comfortable for the reader. So, to begin, we have text structures versus text features. To begin our unit on informational reading, we will familiarize ourselves with the common text structures and text features that nonfiction writers use to build their articles. Take a drink of my coffee here. By the way, we have already talked about text features. Text structures is really going to be the new lesson here. But it's important to remember text features so that we can contrast them to the structures. It'll help us understand structures, and by contrasting them together, we'll understand the structures and the features better. First, however, we need to address a common misconception. Like I was implying or insinuating, text structures are not the same as text features, just like furniture is not the same as foundation. Text structures are the blueprints. They organize ideas about a topic in a way that makes sense for readers. And just like the way builders make sure that the stairs leading to the second floor of a house are not found in the middle of someone's bedroom, text features are the decor or decorations. They separate the place ideas on the page so that they look inviting, comfortable, and organized for a reader. And that's why your couch is probably facing the TV. It may even have some throw pillows or a small blanket across the back. So, examples of text structures are on the left. Examples of text features are on the right. You can visualize the text features. You can see all of these. But you cannot see the text structures because they are the way the text is written. They're the format, they're the pattern the text is written. So these are added to the text, okay, after it's written to make it even easier to read. But this is the actual pattern that the text is in. So it could be cause and effect, compare and contrast, chronological order. In other words, like you're giving us, you're telling something in the order of events from first to last. Problem and solution, or description. And as these over here, headings, subheadings, bold print, italics, columns, you're familiar with these. We've talked about these already. So, examples of some common text structures. The text structures show how the author organized sentences and paragraphs. And this lets the reader know the author's purpose. And it also lets the reader know what main ideas to be looking for. Then you have text structures versus text features. The text features are used to arrange the final draft into a format that looks organized for the reader and is easy to read. And these let the reader find information quickly. Okay, so putting it in your own words. Now we're not going to do exactly what this PDF says, but we are going to use it as a prompt. So it says, to summarize your learning, you will engage in partner teaching with the person sitting next to you. You're not going to do that. What you're going to do is you're going to write a summary of what you've learned on a Google document. So at this point, it says, if you come down here, it says the person whose birthday comes first will teach his or her partner about text structures. What are they? What are they used for? Describe how the text structures relate to building a house. And then the third bullet point says the person whose birthday comes last will teach his or her partner about text features. What are they? What are they used for? Describe how they relate to building a house. And we're not going to worry about the last bullet point. So I'm going to put I'm going to put two Google questions for you, and I want you to answer them. They're going to be the exact same questions that you're reading here. So that's going to be part of your assignment today, is to read these Google um, questions and then to answer them. And then once you've done that, hopefully your answers will be strong. You'll have a third Google question that asks you to tell me how text structures and text features are different. Again, thank you to whoever the author is that teaches at Warren County Schools for coming up with this.